Alright, welcome back to a new video from the Devscorch learning platform. So, welcome to 2021. In this video we are actually going to learn about the Keychain, and we're going to learn about Segues. This video was requested by two of my viewers, and they wanted like a video where I explained how you can use the Keychain to log a person in and how you can store private information. And another one wanted to learn how you can segue from one view to another and back. So yeah, I thought let's put that together in one video. And we're also going to learn a little bit about CocoaPods. So that's like a Swift package manager with which we can manage our packages. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So let's open up Terminal. Okay. So I'm gonna cd to my folder that is cd documents development -iOS keychain. Okay, ls, yes, I'm there. So for the people who don't know how to install CocoaPods, make sure to check my website devscorch.com. I have there a full written tutorial on how you can install CocoaPods yourself. If you didn't do that yet, make sure you do that first. So, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna write pod init. Okay, and then we're gonna do ls, and pod file's there. We're gonna do nano, pod file. Okay, so this is the pod file, and this is where we actually put our libraries that we want to use. And for this library, or for this app, we are going to use Keychain Swift. So Keychain Swift is a Swift package that makes it really easy for us developers to access the keychain and to retrieve and send data to it. So the Keychain Swift pod is written by Evgeny, and on GitHub his name is Evgeny Neu. Thank you for writing this pod. I will make sure to leave a link in the description below so you guys can check him out as well. And how this works, we're going to do pod inside the terminal, pod, and we're going to write here Keychain Swift. Oh, as you can see, I made a double mistake there. Make sure you use the singular quotes. Okay. Then we're going to do Command O, Command X, and we're going to do pod install. Okay, now he's okay, perfect, that's finished. So I'm going to close this one, stop tasks. Because when we work with pods, we actually need the Keychain workspace. So instead of the Xcode project, we're going to use the Xe workspace, and we open that one. Then we have like our pods installed there. Perfect. First thing we're going to do, we go to here to the view controller, and as you can see, there's nothing there yet. So let's design a little UI. So in this case, we're going to need a label. Make it a little bit bigger, and we're gonna write here add your use your password to log in. For the people who actually expect a really nice beautiful UI, I'm not gonna do that in this video. We're gonna make it just really easy. I want to show you guys how you can actually work with the keychain, and this is not a design video. So the next thing we're going to need is a text field. Gonna put it in there. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay. So here on the right, on the attributes inspector, we're going to give this a normal border style. Check here the secure text entry, because we need that one. And let's make it a little bit bigger again, just like this. maybe a little bit higher. And let's give this a placeholder. Enter your password. Okay. This looks good. So let's give this some constraints. So we're going to constrain this 50 or 85 from the right and 85 from the left. We're going to constrain the label as well. And we're going to give this 105 from the left, 105 from the right, and 132 from the top. Perfect. We're going to select the text field again, and we're going to constrain this 110 from the top. Perfect. Okay, let's make this a little bit bigger again. Okay. Let's also give this a fixed height. So we're going to give this a height of 45. Perfect. Okay. Then we need a button. I'm going to drag the button onto here. Let's make this a little bit bigger. And we're going to call this login. Okay. Let's give this also some constraints. I'm going to constrain it 166 from the left and 166 from the right, and 64.5 or 46.5 from the top. Okay. Then we're going to need another button. I'm going to drag it on here as well. And we're going to do add password. And with this one, we're also going to constrain it. We're going to add this a little bit on the top here. Let's constrain this 158 from the left, 158 from the right, 43 from the top. Okay. So as you can see, the UI doesn't look beautiful. As I said, this is like a real tutorial on the keychain and on how to segue to other views. So in this case, we're going to add a new view controller. Put it right here. Okay. And we're going to add another one. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay. So I'm going to put this one to here. Then we're going to put this one here. Okay. So this one is going to be the screen where we are logging in. So let's say we're going to put there a label. And we're going to call this "You are now logged in." Okay. Let's center this. 128 from the left, 128 from the right. Yes. Oh. Let's give this a fixed. Let's give this a fixed width. No. We're not gonna give this a fixed width. We're gonna make this. We're gonna make the font a little bit smaller so that it fits. Yes. Okay. So this fits. And let's also add an image. So I'm gonna do image. Perfect. Let's see if I have a nice meme over here. No, I don't have a meme. You know what? We're gonna add a really nice, easy image from Swift. So over here, we're gonna rename the logo here. We're gonna call this Swift. Back to main.storyboard. And we're gonna give this UI image a value of Swift. Okay. And we're also gonna constrain this 87 from the right, 87 from the left, and 65 from the top. Perfect. As you see, it doesn't look really nice, but it doesn't need to look nice, it just needs to look functional. So what you can do here, now we also need to add password, right? So we're going to add a text field. And we're going to make this a little bit, we're going to give this a border again. Make this a little bit higher. Nope, that's too high. Okay, gonna copy and paste it. Okay, and we're gonna add a button. So we're going to give this one a fixed height of 45. And I'm going to constrain this 98 from the left and 98 from the right. And let's say 200 from the top. Okay. From this one we're going to do the same. We're going to give the height of 45, 89 from the left, of 98 from the left and 98 from the right, and we're going to constrain this 50 from the top. Perfect. And the button we're going to call save password. Okay. We're going to constrain this 42 from the top and 165 from the left, 165 from the right, and we're going to give this a fixed height. Let's make the font a little bit smaller so that it fits. Perfect. Okay. Let's give these two some placeholders. Write your password. And the second one we're gonna give re-enter your password. Okay. So in this case the same. We're gonna select the secure text entry. Secure text entry. Perfect. So that when we have like people who are looking with us on our phone, they can't see which password we type in. Okay. So we're gonna select Keychain, Command N, and we're gonna add 3 new Swift files or 2 new Swift files, and we're gonna we're gonna add Cocoa Touch class. That's easier, and we're gonna call this logged in view controller of your UI view controller. Yes, and we're gonna add another one. And we're going to call this add password view controller. Okay. We go back to our storyboard. And we're going to give our storyboard the custom class. So we go to our identity inspector, and in here we're going to give this the logged in view controller. And down here we're going to give this the add password view controller. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to select this button and we're going to do a control drag to the add password view controller, and there you get like a whole list with choices. You have show detail, present modally, then you can present it as a model, as a popover, and custom. So in this case we're going to click show. Okay, let's make this a little bit wider so that we have some space. So as you can see now, here's a button, or here's like a line, and when we click that one, we can actually give this an identifier. So let's give this an identifier of login, and we're gonna select the login button, control drag to this one, also show, and we're gonna call what was this one called? We're gonna add password as password. Add password, and top we're gonna call login. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we are going to our view controller. Above here we're gonna create some IB outlets. So add IB outlet week var, and that's gonna be a text field. No, wait a second. Password text field of UI text field. Okay. What's wrong? Yes, okay. Okay. And we're gonna add 2 IB actions. So under here, add IB action. Func logged in button tapped. No, you know what? I'm going to show you this another way. What we can do go to storyboard. And then we're going to open a second editor. And in this editor, we're going to open the view controller. And in here we have our this. So we're going to control drag the login button over here. And we're going to call this logged in, no, login button tabbed. Perfect. And second, gonna take this one, and we're gonna call this add password button pressed. Okay. Gonna make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, the add password button pressed. So when it's pressed, we want it to show another view, right? So what we can do, so segue should perform segue with identifier, that is the right one. With this identifier, and the sender is going to be any. Oh, any with a high. I think this is the one. No. Yes. Okay, so let's test this out. I'm gonna run. Oh, stop. I already have the iPhone 12 Pro running, otherwise I'm gonna have two simulators. Let's see if this works. Okay, so user password, we have to change this. Login and add, yes, there it is. And we can drag this down. As you can see, when we click the add password, we get like a screen that pops up, like how the Apple style works in like Apple apps. You can push it down again. Pretty cool. So let's go to our add password controller. That's here. Gonna delete all the boiler code because we don't need it. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna add these two text fields as IB outlets. So control drag, and we're gonna call this password text field. And the second one, control drag, control password text field. Okay, then we're going to drag this one as well over here, and we're going to call this save password tabbed. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're actually going to write the keychain logic for saving the password. So what we can do, we can create, no, we're going to do that in here. So first we go to import Keychain Swift. So this is the package that we installed with CocoaPods earlier. We go to IB action func, and in here we're going to write let keychain is equal to Keychain Swift and okay, so okay, then we're gonna do let password equal password text field dot text dot value. No, we don't need the value, just text. And then let control password equals control password text field dot text. Okay, so what we want to do, when we go to this page, we want to add the password that we have here, and we want to save it inside the keychain of the iOS application, right? So what we can do, and we're going to do a little if-else statement, because we actually want to check if this password is the same as this password. So what we can do, if password is equal to control password, we're going to do something else, print passwords don't match. Okay, so in here what we can do is we're going to do keychain dot set value is going to be password for key, and we're going to give this a key of password. Okay, else print key. Yeah, I think this is everything we need to do. Okay, so this is a little bit of logic. So we created the keychain, we created the password for the password text field, and a control password for control password text field. And what we do, if password is equal to control password, do something. So keychain.set password for key password. But if the passwords don't match, we do an else statement, print passwords don't match. So let's run this. Okay, so let's click on add password. Let's see what happens. First, let's open the let's open this one so that we actually can see what happens. So let's go back and let's write something. So let's write 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Let's check. Okay, as you can see in the console we get passwords don't match. Okay, so let's try this again. 1 2 3 4 5 6 in here. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, theoretically, now the password should be saved. I forgot to add add something. So, okay, that works. So let's test this. Let's under keychain.set we do keychain.get key password. Let's run this again. Oh, what's this? Ah, yeah, of course. We need to. So let's run this. Oh, the result of call is unused. Okay. We're gonna add this to something else. So we finished this, and now let's add something else to this one. Let's do dismiss animated true completion nil. And when we do dismiss, that means that when the password is set, it is going to dismiss the view controller so that we don't need to look at it. So let's run this again. Add password, write your password 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, save password, and as you can see now it's dismissed. And theoretically this means that the password is now saved to the keychain and we can actually use it to log in. So let's go to our view controller here, and we have here 2 IB actions. So the first IB action is already done. In here, in the login button tapped, we're going to do let keychain equals keychain swift. Oh, wait a second. First we need to import it. So import keychain swift, and now it should be there as well. On there, we're going to do let password equals keychain dot get password. Let's see if this works. Probably it should work. Okay, let's check password. Let's see if this works. Oh, wait a second. I think we need to put this in strings. Yes. Password. And we're gonna delete the check because we don't need it. Password. Okay. Now we're gonna call let password check equals password text field dot text. Don't forget to go to here to select this text field and control drag this one to the IB outlet here. So it's connected, so now we can actually retrieve the data that we put in there. Okay, So what we can do, if password check is equal to password, we do should perform segue with identifier log, right? Let's see what the identifier is for this segue. Login, yes. Sender is going to be any. Oh. Sorry, we need to string this, so login. Yes. And above here, first we're going to give this a print statement. So print login successful. And after here, else print the password is not correct. Okay, let's save this again. And let's run this. Let's see if this works. Okay, so let's add a password. So we're going to call stars. And the second one, stars, save password. Let's go in here, stars, and login. Wow, as you can see, you are now, the UI doesn't look very good. But now we actually created a login system with the keychain. So now it's like, it's really easy to save information to the keychain and to do stuff, right? This is really cool. And let's see what happens if we select this this doorbell segue, and let's see what happens when we show detail. Let's run this again, because before we used show, and that means that you only overlap the view with another view. And what you can do here, so it was star. Oh, password is not, oh wait a second. Why? I think something went wrong here, wait a second. Login successful, should perform segue with identifier. Let's see what happens if we empty it. Ah, wait a second, I already see it. We're gonna delete this segue. Gonna make this a little bit bigger. That is because we use the button. What we can do from top here, control drag to here. And now we can actually create another identifier. Perfect. We're gonna call this login. Okay. Save this. Let's go back. The reason why this failed is because we actually had the button perform the segue instead of the view controller. So when we do this now, nothing happens. As you can see, the password is not correct. But when we add star, the password is not correct. What is happening here? Okay, wait. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Save password. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Login. Login successful. Okay, as you can see, it said login successful, but it didn't perform the segue with identifier. So what happened here? Why doesn't this work? Should perform segue. Okay, let's see if we have more segues there. Segues. Perform segue. Let's select the perform segue with identifier. Login. Sender of any. And let's see if this works. So it's pitching. Okay, self, of course. So run this. Build succeeded. Okay. So first let's enter a false password. Those ha 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 ha. Login. Password is not correct. But when we add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, login, you're now logged in. So this is pretty cool. We actually created a really cool login system here. I'm still not happy with the way how he shows this. So let's see if we can change that around. Because when you log in, you want to see the whole thing, right? So let's click push. Let's see what happens if we click push. I know it says depreciated, but let's just say if it works. Build succeeded, perfect. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, login. And it crashed. Why did it crash? Ah, okay. I already see it. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect it to work. These here, they don't work anymore. You just have these now, the adaptive segues. So let's say we click present modally. Let's see if that works. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, login. We still have this really weird thingy where he does only presentation, same as destination, full screen. Okay, let's see when we change the presentation to full screen, and we're gonna take this to show again. No, present modally, full screen. Let's see what happens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this actually works now, because now you actually see the full screen, and you can't drag it down anymore. Oh, yeah, pretty cool. So this is a little bit a request that two of my viewers made. One wanted to see how you can log in with information from the keychain, and the other one wanted to see how you can segue between different views. I hope you guys are happy with this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you understand a little bit how both of the concepts work now. Would it be the case that you guys still don't understand it and you want to ask me some questions? Make sure to hit me up on Discord, or just send me a message on Twitter, or just react to the video, and I'm happy to help you out with this. So, for the people who want to take this a little bit further, if you want, add a new UI button here to this view, where you actually dismiss the view controller, so with which you are logging out. One hint, it's called dismiss. So if you guys are into that, just do it, and let's see if you guys know how you can fix this. So as I said before, I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time in another tutorial. Have a great night, and see you next time.